Horizon Media warned viewers last week that winter conditions were arriving earlier than expected, followed by a level 4 weather warning issued earlier this week by the South African Weather Service. Those warnings have now become a reality, as heavy rainfall sweeps across the Northern Cape, causing widespread disruption. Widespread rain is now having a direct impact on communities in and around Postmasburg, with flooding incidents reported across several parts of the town. Persistent rainfall and active thunderstorms throughout the day have led to waterlogged streets, muddy conditions, and reduced visibility, creating dangerous conditions for both motorists and pedestrians. In response to the worsening weather, several schools in Postmasburg were forced to close earlier today as a precautionary measure. Concerns over learner safety and accessibility prompted school management to release learners before conditions deteriorated further. Meanwhile, a district-wide warning has been issued by the ZFM district municipality, highlighting the growing impact of continuous rainfall on road infrastructure. According to reports, many gravel roads across the district are now wet, muddy, and experiencing water ponding. Flooding, runoff, and erosion have already caused visible damage, including gullies and surface degradation, particularly in Kalahari areas. Motorists, especially operators of heavy-duty vehicles such as trucks, are being strongly urged to avoid these roads. Authorities warn of an increased risk of accidents, vehicles becoming stuck, and further damage to already compromised road networks. Residents are advised to avoid unnecessary travel, use alternative routes where possible, and remain cautious as conditions continue to evolve. Municipal teams are currently conducting assessments, while initial relief and repair efforts have already begun in affected areas. However, ongoing rainfall may delay full recovery operations. Gift of the Givers has activated its disaster response teams in the Northern Cape after severe hailstorms and flooding left communities vulnerable and homes damaged. The humanitarian organization confirmed it received requests for assistance from the Northern Cape Provincial Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, COGTA, the ZFM District Municipality Disaster Management Teams, and the David Kruger Municipality. This remains a developing weather situation, and further updates are expected as conditions unfold.
In nuus vanuit Postmasburg in die Noord-Kaap. 'n Hartroerende storie uit die Marikeng gemeenskap het aan die lig gekom, waar die 4-jarige Boago Lumko Phillips tans onder uiters moeilike omstandighede leef. Hierdie kleuter wat met spina bifida gebore is, kan nie loop nie en beweeg deur te kruip, wat hom daagliks blootstel aan beserings en infeksies. Spina bifida, 'n aangebore ruggraat defek in leeketaal, is 'n toestand waarmee 'n baba gebore word waar die ruggraat nie heeltemal toegevorm het nie. Die gesin woon in 'n sinkhuis sonder elektrisiteit, water of behoorlike sanitasie. Volgens die ma, Cynthia, is haar seentjie se situasie verder vererger deur rotte wat hom snags byt, wat sy gesondheid ernstig bedreig. Een van sy tone is alreeds afgevreet deur rotte in 'n sinkhuis, vertel sy ma.
My naam is Cynthia Phillips, ek ben Marikeng. Ek bly vir meer as 10 jaar in Marikeng, sonder water, sonder toilet, sonder krag. Ek het al die meier gesê, die meier ken van my probleme, en die kanselaars ken van my probleme. En ek het 'n disability kind wat nie kan loop nie. Die kind omstandighede was volgens spinal bifida operasie wat hy gekry het. So, my meier se vader, ek weet hoe moet ek dat beskryf nie. Hulle was al by my, en toe sê hulle my waar ek bly, is hier 'n erfie. En hulle het my gesê, hulle gaan my skuif. Dit kom nie so ver dat ek my moet skuif nie. En ek bly by 'n kragpaal in Marantien. En ek vra vir hulle, hulle sê die is hier 'n stensie, hoe? Maar ek is by 'n kragpaal. So te lank hulle gaan terugkom na my toe, en hulle soek nog vir my 'n grond. En op die einde van die dag kom hulle terug en hulle verwys my na Greenfield toe, daar agter by die myne. En ek sê vir hulle, ken my kindse situasie, ek kan nie so diep bly met 'n disability kind.
Ten spyte van die uitdagings doen sy alles moontlik om haar seun te versorg, insluitend die daaglikse behandeling van sy wonde en die hantering van sy spesiale sorgbehoeftes. Die plaaslike burgemeester, mevrou Elena Inglis, bevestig egter dat haar kantoor kennis dra van Cynthia se uitdagings en sy stem saam dat sy en die betrokke wijkraadslid Maria Tonyani alreeds die moeder en kleuter besoek het. Mevrou Inglis bevestig ook dat alternatiewe verblyf identifiseer was en dat die tegniese direkteur alreeds instruksies gekry het om dringende aandag te gee. Horizon Media sal die situasie monitor.
Ek is Reggie Golaye van Reggie's Driving School in Kuruman en ek adverteer by Horizon Media.
Solidarity will, from Monday, challenge the prescribed racial quotas for the legal sector in the Pretoria High Court when the case begins. These BEE sector codes, Black Economic Empowerment, for the legal profession impose rigid requirements as so-called transformation targets for the profession. These include, among others, requirements relating to ownership, management control, skills development, and preferential procurement. According to Emil Glass, organizer of Solidarity's legal network, these regulations represent a dangerous form of racial intrusion into the legal profession, where race is increasingly elevated above merit and equal treatment as the decisive criterion. The legal profession should be the bastion of equality before the law. Yet, under these provisions, race becomes a determining factor in access to the profession. In doing so, the very foundation of the administration of justice is undermined, says Glass. According to these codes, law firms must, within 5 years, achieve up to 50% black ownership and 50% black management representation, while preferential procurement and the briefing of advocates are also increasingly linked to race-based targets. These requirements apply to firms with an annual turnover exceeding 5 million rand, as well as to advocates with a turnover above 3 million rand. This means that even smaller practices are now subjected to strict racial regulation. Glass warns of the practical implications of this, which, according to him, affect every corner of the legal field and influence the legal process through transformation ideology. These sector codes affect every role player in the legal profession, from candidate attorneys to senior advocates, and even clients. They influence who is appointed, who is promoted, and ultimately who receives which legal representation. Firms come under pressure to brief specific advocates to meet targets, or to make appointments and promotions where race, rather than merit, carries the greatest weight, says Glass. According to Solidarity, one of the greatest concerns is that the codes indirectly affect clients' freedom of choice. Glass says clients are confronted with a subjective question when selecting legal representation, namely, whether appointments are based on merit or on race. Solidarity further argues that the codes are unconstitutional and infringe several fundamental rights, including the right to equality, freedom of trade, occupation and profession, and fair labor practices. This case is not only about regulations. It is about the future of the legal profession and whether it will remain a space where merit, independence, and fairness prevail, says Glass. Solidarity regards the matter as a test of principle and asks the court to review and set aside the decision to issue the sector codes and to declare them unlawful, irrational, and unconstitutional.
Na 'n dringende bestuursvergadering vanoggend is daar ooreengekom dat die fokus nou op menslike nood en onmiddellike hulp moet val. Die skougronde en Blinkklip skoolkoshuis word voorberei as tydelike skuilings om veiligheid en alternatiewe akkommodasie te bied aan geraakte gemeenskapslede van Post 10 in Postmasburg. Hierdie plekke sal ook dien as sentrums waar noodhulp soos kos, komberse en klere versprei kan word. Die Blinkklip koshuis beskik oor water en elektrisiteit, maar daar is 'n dringende tekort aan matrasse en gordyne. By die skougronde is beddens, matrasse en gordyne onmiddellik nodig. Raadslede word versoek om dringend inligting in te dien oor geraakte huishoudings, hul ligging en hul behoeftes. Hierdie dringende advertensie was saamgestel deur Horizon Media in samewerking met beide die burgemeester, die munisipale bestuurder, die tegniese direkteur en die betrokke wijkraadslid in Post 10 in Postmasburg.